travel a great deal around the territory of their troop. They know to protect against intruders. If chimps from a neighboring group try to enter, the conflict soon patrols the perimeter of the troop's territory. The leader of the troop often turns violent and can result in multiple deaths. During his inspection tour, the alpha male also prized. Food resources must be protected from neighboring groups. Also checks fruits and other edible plants for ripeness. Figs are a species which typically face less competition for a problem that seldom arises among grazers, even in territorial species. Food than carnivores do. The savanna is dotted with large fruit trees, a valuable source of food for olive baboons. Plants form the mainstay of their diet, but they also catch insects. These highly social creatures live in troops of about 30 individuals, and they're far from being strict vegetarians, steal birds' eggs, and hunt small mammals. Females give birth to a single baby a year. At about 8, this provides both mother's milk and at weeks old, the baby can reach out to the most readily available food, but without separating from its mother. A very pleasant way for baby to travel. Baboons are opportunistic feeders, so they're not dependent on a single type of food. They can live in a broader range of habitats than gorillas or chimpanzees. Systems in the animal kingdom. They face little or no stress for food, and have developed one of the most complex social and hierarchical systems. Lush and green. Herds gather at water. Nearer to the lakes and rivers, the savanna becomes, especially the largest terrestrial animal, the elephant. This pachyderm needs close to 200 liters of watering places to quench their thirst. Into the water to feed on reeds and rushes, plants that are particularly rich in the fiber they need. A day. Elephants also weigh like many herbivores, elephants like this preserves the shrubs for another day, without killing their food source. That's something carnivores cannot do. When elephants uproot grasses or break branches, they give them a vigorous shake to remove variety in their diet. They move from plant to plant, if only a few steps away. Dust, insects, and dead leaves. If an elephant loses its trunk, as sometimes happens after an attack by lions, it can no longer feed itself. The shape of their heads and the location of their teeth prevents an elephant's trunk. It takes time for young elephants to learn to master them, but for the first 3 them from grazing directly on the ground. There are 10,000 mussels months. Their only food is mother's milk. Then they copy grown-ups and learn to pluck grass in a circular motion. Still, they need calcium and fats and continue to suckle for the first 2 years of life. Elephants hardly sleep and spend up to 16 hours a day feeding. It takes time to eat 150 kilograms of plants each day, especially because they're finicky and always choose the best leaves, the highest they can reach. Giraffes can feed on leaves 5 meters above the ground, on branches that herbivore species, especially in the most arid areas. An antelope cannot reach. This limits competition for food between birds from tree to tree. Giraffes choose the most nutritious foliage as they forage. Giraffes spend much of the day feeding and need about 30 kilograms of plants a day. Is a digestive process specific to certain herbivores in which they chew their cud. In other words, the rest of the time they rest and ruminate. Rumination, they bring food from the stomach back into the mouth to chew it again. Having several stomach pouches, this improves the energy yield from allows for fermentation and absorption of nutrients. The Bovidae family has many ruminants, including relatively nutrient-poor plants, and protect themselves from predator attacks. Elands, buffaloes, and all the antelope species. They swallow their food quickly and chew it later, when they are less vulnerable. They can survey their environment. Their large ears can turn in different directions to locate. Herbivores depend on their keen senses to spot a threat, which gives them a very wide field of vision. Locate where sounds are coming from. Their eyes are set on the sides of the head. Wild cats, on the other hand, have frontal by living in a herd. Thompson's gazelles increase their probability of spotting a predator and placed eyes for three-dimensional vision that allows them to better evaluate distances. Simply gives up the chase for now. He cannot afford to. Once they do so, they never take their eyes off, showing their attention by facing it squarely. The cheetah, aware that it can no longer attack by surprise, to waste his energy on a hunt that is doomed to failure. They have to weigh the balance between the Carnivores rely on their physical condition and their instincts to hunt, caloric value of their prey versus the energy expended in hunting it. This